So the final question is, given the long-standing narratives against LGBTIQ plus people and the story of Prophet Lot or Nabi Lut, how might we share this differing perspective with our loved ones? Likely there will be confirmation bias there. So let's not forget that almost every opinion of the classical scholars is guilty of confirmation bias. The opinions, the ra'i, and consensus, the ijma' of classical scholars speaks volumes when it comes to the interpretation of the Quran and Hadith. And we are not dismissing their contribution towards faith, but we have to acknowledge that their religious judgments, the hukum, was influenced by their personal perceptions of the situation that they had to deal with, or the situation that they found themselves in, or the time that they found themselves in. And we are doing exactly the same, right? But there's a beautiful verse in the Quran that says in Surah 17, verse 82, وَنُنَزِّلُ مِنَ الْقُرْآنِ مَا هُوَ شِفَاءٌ وَرَحْمَةً لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ وَلَا يَزِيدُ الظَّالِمِينَ إِلَّا خَسَارًا. And we have revealed from this Quran that which heals and brings compassion to the faithful, and to those who are inclined towards injustice, it only increases their loss. Okay? So here this verse is clearly telling us that whatever interpretations we make from the Quran, it should lead towards healing and towards compassion, right? For the people involved and for the situation. Okay? So when we look at the LGBTIQ community, we can see enormous pain and suffering that they have to endure. How do we as Muslims use our scriptures to provide healing and compassion for them instead of using our scriptures to condemn and to exclude? And how do we share this differing perspective with our loved ones? The best way is to provide them access to information. Do your research, present your arguments to them, and one of the best ways to create transformation and impacts is to provide them with the lived realities of the LGBTIQ community. I have found in my experience that these stories of pain and the reality that queer Muslims or LGBTI plus people have to go through, these are human stories of human suffering, and they have always been the thing that creates the transformation. So for me, that has worked so far, and I hope that's something that can also work for you. And yes, sometimes it's very difficult to have conversations with our loved ones because it's emotional conversations. But then you just have to be brave. And I always say that if you are not convinced about who you are, others may not be convinced either. So make sure that you have come in, you have accepted who you are, you have made an informed decision about how you want to live your life as a queer Muslim, and that is what you present to your loved ones. So there's no confusion for them. They are convinced that you are convinced, and hopefully through that, transformation will happen. It does happen sometimes where families or loved ones don't accept you, but then that's just something that you have to live with.